Hi YouTube family. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded any videos or anything like that, and that's just basically because of the fact that I felt like it's kind of like when you're a writer and you have like that block. Everybody knows that writer's block, right? Excuse me. So um, I felt like I mean, I guess I had that kind of block myself, and I look pretty bad. I spent a majority of my night last night at the emergency room, and now for the past week or so I've been having some symptoms, and of course, like everything else, I thought it was my gastroparesis. However, I had a strange new symptom come up, and a few of them actually. Yesterday, when I got off of work, I realized that I was bleeding and I hadn't done anything. So now I'm just bleeding and I'm not definitely anywhere near. I still have all my reproductive parts, but I'm nowhere near my period. But I have been having it more often, and so they did a lot of tests on me, of course. But the one that was concerning, of course, was the pap. And so those have been sent off, and within 48 hours, I should have some answers to basically if there's any abnormal cells, because I do have a lot risk factors. Not just that, but I also have a lot of the symptoms for a couple of things, but a main one, of course, is the big C. Cervical cancer. So, they don't come out and tell you that because they don't want to get you scared and things like that. So that's good, right? But definitely it was sent off. There was a lot of questions. Had I had any, abnormal PAPs in the past? I have not. Second risk factor that was combining with that first one of having a child before the age of 17 was having 3 or more pregnancies. Doubles your risk. These two risks double your risk for eventually developing this cervical cancer. I think that's, wow, amazing, because I had no idea that you create a double risk from those two things. Now, I do know that I've done research, and because, who can sleep, right, after being told you find out in 24 hours, what this test says. And no, I didn't do no WebMD or try to anything like that. It was just really wanting to know facts, especially being that in just 2 weeks I will be turning 35 years old, and I think it's very important that you pay attention to your own health. And so what I saw is that that the risk factors double for that. They also double if you ever have or you're a smoker or have anything like HPV. Pretty sure you guys all know what that is. If you don't, it is a very long term, and I guess I can go over that in another video. However, as a young girl, I mean, I've never had that, but as a younger woman, female, I did get the Gardasil. I'm not sure if anybody is aware what Gardasil is. Gardasil is a, like I said, it's a preventative measure that you can take to prevent against the HPV virus. It can be given to females that are up to the age of 26 years old. It's given over a 6-month period. You're given 3 different shots. They do come in a shot form, and you can get them at your gynecologist's office. And that's just to prevent, and you got to kind of do whatever you can, especially with a big family like mine, to prolong life. And even then, before I had 2 of my other children, I had 4 at the time, I thought it was important to take those steps. And I'm really glad that I did, because it does decrease your chances, as it does prevent for different strains of the HPV virus, which causes about 70% of cervical cancer cases. So it's definitely something to think about doing if you haven't quite hit that age. If you were in the higher risk factors, risk that greatly increases your chances um, for cervical cancer is having multiple sexual partners. Now, that is not the case in my situation. As many of you know, whenever you have conditions like fibromyalgia and or another chronic illness, just one alone doesn't really give you the want or ability um, to be very sexual. Being married, no matter what, you try, and believe me, boy, I try. And so you try, but tack that on to another chronic illness, and I've been sick for 8 years now, so definitely not my problem. Definitely want to be careful in that one, because in our today's society, I feel like everyone is so open about sex. I mean, it's just everywhere. I remember when it was like crazy in the 80s, early 90s, to even have anything too visual about sex on TV and on cable TV, and now it's just everywhere. And so it's hard to teach these young ones that casual sex is not okay when it's just all over the place, and their peers and the media, the entertainment, music, it's just so rampant. So definitely remember that with every choice that we make comes consequences, and that's definitely one of them. One also that surprised me was another risk factor of cervical cancer is being on birth control pills for more than 5 years. That increases your risk significantly, and making you a higher candidate. Now, I'm just going kind of over some risk factors there. I definitely have been on many birth controls. I do have 6 kids, so it's hard to believe that, but I have. I just need to make sure that I get into my gynecologist as soon as possible. So I do need to do that. They're going to be forwarding these tests over, and would like for everybody to please keep me in prayer, and my family in prayer, because we've been through so much already with the fibromyalgia, and then the gastroparesis, and I do believe God has a reason for everything that he's given me. I call them gifts, because I feel like even I am a recovering addict as well. I will have 11 years clean November the 1st, so I believe that, these are all gifts given by God to learn and to teach and inspire others. I just don't feel like, my God, please, that, I love helping others, and I love that you've taught me so much, but please, this is something that I just don't know mentally and physically, being that the other conditions that I have that I can maintain going through all that. But since it is a real possibility, based upon my symptoms as well, I really do appreciate the prayers, guys. And again, I'm sorry I hadn't really uploaded recently. I'm so overwhelmed lately, and this is just one more to top the icing on the cake. So wish me luck, and I will update when I have some results on my exam.